Hello. So, this is a completely sober, normal Kyle video with nothing going on in it except me, just me, doing nothing peculiar. I don't know why I'm making this video, I just felt like it. I suddenly just got an impulse. I was looking through old videos on this channel, the good old days, the history videos with all the lads, and I don't know. I was feeling nostalgic and I was looking at my own evolution all the way from fucking kites to now and in between, everything in between. I don't really know what I'm gonna talk about. Like, I'm kind of finished. But I've made these kind of videos before, and usually this is what happens. I say, I'm finished, I'm kind of finished. And then I end it and I don't upload it because I didn't speak about anything. But today will be different. I'm going to talk about something very interesting, and that is wind. I've spoke about this with many people I know, and basically, I was thinking the other day, what is wind? What is it? And I did search up the definition, but I'm still not satisfied. Like, it's still very strange. Because think, you're walking down the street, and then you just feel this all over your face, and you're like, it's windy. It's windy today. It's just It's just but there's always Why is it moving so fast at me, and why does it feel like that? The definition says that wind happens because it's colder moving hotter. It's pushing the hotter up and away, and that is what the wind is. That's what we're feeling. The hotter being pushed away. Um, and yeah, that was quite cool to figure that out. Still, the main thing that is strange to me that I'm fixated on is, like, what am I actually feeling? Why can I feel that? Why does it do the things it does? Like blow at your hair and make it go all, you know? Anyway, that's wind. Um, Another thing I would like to talk about is work. Yeah, I'm on the dole. I'm on the dole. On that graft. How is working at McDonald's, Kyle? Yeah, you can see McDonald's uniform. I'm a certified McDonald's employee. And I have to say, this has been the best career venture yet so far. If I evaluate my work experience so far, the first ever job was the farm. Technically, that was the first ever job. When did I even start that? Or was it? Oh, I don't know. It was either the farm or country oven. Mhm. I think it was the farm though, because I remember being like wondering what my pay would be because I had no idea of like what people get paid. And she was like, "Ooh, £5.50 an hour," and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy! It's crazy! You know what I can do with that kind of money?" And I went to the farm, and the farm was great. I have very fond memories. I sometimes think of going back. Well, I did go back like a year later to do work experience with animal care there. I don't even know why I started working on the farm in the beginning because it was before animal care and everything. But I just did, um, and I loved it there. The only problem was the boss Gemma. She never used to really pay me. It was a very not formal job, It was just Gemma, the woman who owns a farm, just like, "Oh, okay, you can help me out. Baba, come this time." And she'd just leave me on this farm for hours, and I'd just be on my own. She'd give me a bunch of jobs to do, change the hay, clean out the what would she call it? Clean out the it was a pigeon house. I can't remember what she used to call it. Um, you can never forget about Trevor. He was the character. He was the man, the guy of the farm. Evil turkey. That's when I finally realised how evil turkeys can be. But it was in a bantery way, you know. Me and Trevor were always going at it. He used to just come up to me, corner me, put me in a corner and slowly approach me so I couldn't do anything. And he'd just bite me. But, that broom always came in handy. I just have to fend him off with the broom. He became more and more ballsy over time. And it became this dynamic between us. It was like a war. A war. He'd come after me anytime he could. And I would keep him at bay and hurl insults at him, but in a nice way. I was very sad to hear of his passing when I came back to the farm for work experience for college. And then after that, we had Country Oven. I don't know why I left the farm, but I did. It was Country Oven, which was also an experience. I guess that was more of a job. Pretty shit, but worked with Thomas. That was nice. He got me that job. Ethan got him that job. Beautiful job tree. Yeah. Pay was a bit better there. Yeah, a bit more consistent with the hours, but working up at 5:30 was never nice. Pretty shit work, shit boss. Although, the boss, I remember his name. Not Andres, he was the nice boss, but the big main boss. He was strange because he'd always be angry. He'd be the most like unpleasant human ever. And then every now and again, every couple of months, he'd just come in and he'd be like the most ecstatic, happiest person ever. He'd be like, "Yeah, Kyle, yes, lad, you're right, son. Ooh, it's gonna be a fine day. It's gonna be a fine day." And I kind of liked it seeing him like that, but still, overall, not a nice guy. Andres was nice, but never got on with him that much. He used to always take Thomas away from our work and just talk to him for like 25 minutes. But whenever he used to talk to me, we didn't really have anything to talk about, so could only get out of work for like 5 minutes. But he's a nice guy. I'd be happy to see Andres again. Uh, did the main cleaning jobs with Thomas for a while. Then I became a what they called jet washer. It's not a jet washer, but I was a hose man. It was sick. The hose man of Oldham. That's what I call myself. And then, that was that. I eventually just left. I don't really remember why. I don't remember why I left any of these jobs, I guess. But I just didn't turn up one day. Because they don't really deserve it. It was a shit place to work, kind of. I don't think they deserved a proper goodbye, really. And I was kind of scared, to be honest, to see them. And I've not seen any of them since, except one of the workers, and of course Thomas. After that, what happened after that? B&Q. B&Q was great. That was one of the that was probably just under McDonald's now in terms of goodness. That was the most I was being paid as well, I think. Got that from Ryan, my stepdad. So that's cool. It was worth for 3 months, 3 month contract. I was pretty shit at it, to be honest. I was just a cashier, but it's very confusing being Q. Like so many people come in, builders. You get builders coming in with wood, loads of just wood, and they tried to, we tried to buy some wood. Obviously, that's why we're at B&Q, and I'd have to put in the machine like all the measuring and call up the wood department on my headset, which I felt like a badass. 1 2 1 2 wood team Alpha Bravo, and they'd answer and they'd be like, "Yes, wood team Alpha Bravo. Kyle here. I've got a man trying to buy wood. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, Delta Bravo 112 112. Nice. Okay, sir. Your wood will be blah 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 blah." But the only problem is I kind of still have this now, but not to the same degree. Whenever I didn't know how to do something, I wouldn't really ask anyone. Maybe the first time I'd ask someone, but if it was just like heat of a moment, or I'd asked someone before and I was too scared to ask someone again, I'd just like half-ass it. Not half-ass it, but let them get away with whatever it is. Cut corners. I used to cut corners a lot, Like I can't even think of any examples, but like say I was scanning all the stuff in someone's trolley, and a lot of the time something doesn't have a barcode. Like if someone's just buying like a granite slab, and how you don't know how much that costs because they've got all different sizes of granite slabs. Sometimes they'd even buy just like a quarter of a granite slab, and it's like I just would just stare at this granite slab and I just wonder like, what do I do with this? So I'd just be like, ah, oh, okay, and I'll just select stone slab on the system and mark it down as a stone slab when in reality granite slab's like two £20 more, and I'd be like, okay, be on your way. Or just, give people more change than they needed. Stuff like that. And I think they caught on. I remember losing them like £100 because I let someone just leave with this thing what we didn't buy by accident. Um, yeah, the 3 month contract went over, and it was just like, all right, we don't need you anymore. We loved having you, but we don't need you anymore. I was like, oh, okay. And I remember she was very shocked at how not sad I was. Like she expected me to just bawl into tears. You know, I don't know. I'm always happy when a job ends because it's like, I can not work for a while, and I don't think about how I'm gonna just not have any money because that's the worst. After B&Q, after that 3 month contract, I didn't have a job for so long, and I didn't have any money whatsoever, and it was awful. It's horrible not having any money. And the job search is real these days. It's a hard job search. Oh well, like a Roman. Look at this. Well, if I had no top on, this was red, I'd be a Roman. The job search is real, man. I was looking for a job for like 8 months, applying to everything on Indeed. I've grown to hate Indeed a lot because it's just shit. I've not heard anyone have a good success story from Indeed. I never got a job from Indeed. Everywhere just doesn't even reply, and I don't know why. It's just shit. You're looking for a job and you're young, you don't have much experience, like anyone my age really. You just want to apply to big corporate websites directly. I landed McDonald's just by checking the McDonald's website like every week, wait until the job opened up. And it was like, I almost didn't do it at first because it said McDonald's delivery person. So anyone, of course, would think, oh, like an Uber Eats guy. Well, I don't have a driver's license. Why are they not asking me if I have a driver's license, or a bike or anything? Um, but I just clicked it anyway, and it turns out that's not even what it was. I just applied for a role. I didn't really know what it was, and it turned out to be sick. It's the best role you could ever have in McDonald's. All the other people slaving away upstairs, not being able to just take a little rest or vape or do anything. But me and my partner Charlie left our own devices in the basement all day. And the best thing is, the delivery takes like 4 hours to complete in total sometimes, and we have 6 hours. So you know how we do it, do a little bit, sit down, do a bit of vaping, do a little bit, sit down, do a little bit of vaping. It was very naughty. Um, and that is still what I'm doing now. And it's sick. It's good pay as well. 10.60 an hour. Wait, oh wait, no, it's 11.60 an hour. Which is actually more than B&Q, but I got more at B&Q. I think I did more hours. I don't think I did actually, never mind. Yeah, I do more hours here. Oh, and that's it. Oh my god. I left out Buckley's, the worst place ever. Horrible, terrible. So this was in between B&Q and McDonald's when my job search was very desperate. I was this place my auntie cleans, a nice, well-renowned bakery in Upper Mill, a beautiful, quaint village bakery, independent, wow, it seems so nice. It has a great reputation too. But working there, awful. I literally just rang the boss and I was like, hello, my auntie works for you. I was a bit nervous, I thought I was applying for like a real nice bakery job. And he was just like, this man, yeah, all right, yeah, okay, come down tomorrow. So he didn't ask my name and nothing. He knew nothing about me except that someone who I know cleans his bakery. Turned up and no one even knew who I was. I was like, oh, I'm new, I'm starting. And we were like, oh, right, the boss isn't here yet. You just have to wait here. Do you want a brew? It's like, oh, that's nice. They're giving me a brew. I stood there for a bit. And I was waiting for like an hour, just kind of doing nothing until this guy came here to show me the ropes. Moved a bunch of boxes, and then I got to like the main bit of a job, which was just this conveyor belt of bread, different bread products. And I had a partner who was stood at the left hand side, who would he bagged the bread, and I placed the bread onto the conveyor belt. And it was not a set shift either. It was just you go to work today. You may be done in 5 hours. You may be done in 9 hours. And you just stand there and load the conveyor belt with bread. No breaks, no break room at all. No seats, to be real. There's just no seats. The only sort of break you got is if you went outside through the shutter and just like had a little vape outside. That's always nice. We also did get to listen to our own music, but this stupid kid used to always just hog the music and just put on shit club music from Liquid, and it wasn't. It was kind of you know. But I mean, my partner did have a very niche love for breeding snakes, breeding ball pythons, which is like a very niche thing, what not that many people know of. But I used to be very into that because I used to be obsessed with snakes. So I got talking to him about that, which was pretty cool. He was a cool guy. He was pretty down to earth and just a nice guy. But then, I eventually switched over to his job where I was bagging the bread and he was putting it on the conveyor belt. But no one ever taught me how to bag this bread because obviously it's different bread every time. So you have to bag it different and load it different. So first few times he'd tell me, that, oh, they're these six in a tray. The next ones would come, oh, four of them in a tray and then five in the next tray and then repeat. But like there was no consistency to these patterns really. Some days it'd be different than the other days, and eventually, I just kind of he just kind of stopped telling me, so I'd have to start asking him, and he'd tell me obviously, but then after once I just thought, well, I remember what like how these buns were loaded last time. I'll just take some initiative, and do it myself. So I was loading all these buns for like 4 hours. And then my partner looked and he was like, no, no, you've loaded them wrong. Oh my God, fuck, fuck. He started hitting things and I was just stood there like, just staring at this really chilled down to earth guy just losing his shit over bread what I've packed wrong. So I was kind of shitting myself there, but kind of still just kind of, I don't know, a bit feeling a bit empty. He got the boss came over and he was like, no, no, no. He wasn't actually very angry. He was just like kind of sad. I acted like a disappointed parent. He was just saying, no, no, this is fucked. And he called me like stupid or something. And then basically, I didn't think I was going to get fired because, no one taught me. And it was only one mess up. This was the first mess up I ever had, really, there. And I've been there for like a month. Um, in, I can't remember what he said. He said, we can't have stupid people working here. If you're too stupid for the job, we can't have stupid people here. I was like, oh, okay. And then he went away, and then like 5 minutes later, he called. He like shouted for me. I went over, and he was like, "Can't have you anymore." I was like, "Oh, all right, okay, bye." He handed me my money for that day, and I went out, and that was such a free and joyful moment. I hated that job so much, so much. I dreaded it every single shift. It was shit money as well, cash in hand, not good money. It was, I can't remember what it was. It was something like £5 an hour, and yeah, not a good job. I remember when I left after being fired, I went and spent my hard-earned money on some chippy, which was nice because I've not like bought any food in so long because I've had no money for so long. Shush. So yeah, that was Buckley's. Horrible place. Anyway, guess that's that. Yeah, I mean, this will have 20 minutes of talking. Who would have thought? It's kind of crazy to think I had nothing to talk about. I mean, not really talk about anything that interesting, really. I just talked about my job experience for some reason and wind. Yeah, I think that's it. This was quite fun to make, though. I might make another one of these sometime. I imagine it'll be fun for myself to look back on. I mean, this video isn't really for entertainment purposes, I guess. It's just kind of for me to document myself, really look back at it, because I find a lot of joy in that. So it's fun to see how I've evolved, how everyone around me has evolved, and how just my life in general has evolved. And who knows, maybe I'll get dementia in the future and forget about all my jobs in the past, and you know, this video will remind me. So yeah, that's it. Goodbye.